The Dunn kid's really good, a senior, and then the Renfro kid and the Roy kid. I think I kind of look at them as a three-headed monster. They can score in bunches. Defensively they'll switch it up, man-to-man, half-court trap. We just got to be ready for whatever they throw at us. But I expect it to be a competitive game, hopefully, and we can come out on the right end.
As far as keys to the game, if you guys are going to win this one tonight here on the road, what sorts of things are you going to have to do well?
We got to limit turnovers. Turnovers has been an issue for us in the past, and we have to rebound. That Roy and Dunn crashed the boards really hard, and we got to keep them off the glass.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And stay tuned for all the high school basketball action tonight on GLICOD.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Back at Christian Academy of Indiana for the Charlestown Pirates versus the Christian Academy Warriors. And it's time for tonight's Keys to the Game. Tonight's Keys to the Game are presented by Mack Construction. Mack Construction providing safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. And for our Keys to the Game, I'll throw it to you, Coach, there, but we can talk about this back and forth. What are we thinking?
Well, you can almost say the same thing for most any game, but for Charleston in particular, I think just looking at that roster for Christian Academy of Indiana, defending that three-point line, I think is going to be pretty important. They got three guys out there who, in the first 4 games at least, have kind of lit it up. So another thing for Charlestown, how well is Chase Benner going to get into the middle and fill in that gap there? His size of 6'6" has got to be pretty important, I think.
For Christian Academy, yeah.
Excuse me, I was trying to clear my throat. Just the opposite of what we just talked about. They've got to make baskets. They got to make shots. In particular, they got to hit threes. And with a 3-2 zone that Charleston's going to play, it's going to be interesting to see how far out they're going to guard on that perimeter.
Well, and you folks probably heard from Coach Matt Lynch there that they have switched to that 3-2 zone. And he was saying there, as I talked to him both during the interview and afterwards a little bit, that his players really picked up on it fairly quickly. And now tonight's going to be a little more of a test because of the shooting ability of Christian Academy, or at least what we've seen in that South Central ball game last night. They really shot the heck out of the ball. including, let's see, they had 9 threes last night. So
you got to look at the competition level there, too, a little bit, as far as Christian Academy. I mean, they're averaging 65 points a game, but you got to throw in there the fact that they got 95 against Portland Christian, which was not probably a highly competitive team. So.
Right. Well, so those are our keys to the game. Tonight's keys to the game presented by Mack Construction. Mack Construction providing safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. Well, we're going to step away. The JV game went just a little bit long there this evening, and the Charlestown Pirates defeated the Christian Academy Warriors 59-29 in that JV contest. But that ended a little bit late, so we'll be probably just maybe about 5 or 6 minutes late getting to tonight's main event. But we will have it all for you. I understand there were some technical difficulties through YouTube early, but we'll get you every play of the varsity game. We are sure hopeful to do so in tonight's contest between the 3-3 Charlestown Pirates and the 2-2 Christian Academy Warriors. Stay tuned for all that coming up tonight on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Allstate agent Packy Page, with offices in Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville. To find out how Allstate can put you in good hands, or for a free quote, call Packy at 812-202-7271.
Well, Coach Casey, you're coming off a win last night, and a pretty big win. And it looked to me like you're shooting the ball well, especially behind the arc. When that happens, how does it make the team go and make the team better?
Well, I tell our guys, that's one thing we focus on so far this season in the practices, getting a lot of shots up. I remember last year pulling a couple guys aside and asking, we weren't shooting well during a stretch last year, and asked them how we could get better shooting. You want the players' opinions, and they looked at me and said we could get more shots up. It's simple enough, right? So that ever since that moment, that's something we've really focused on. It's getting a ton of shots up in practice, and it's nice to see it pay off in a night like last night. And obviously good shooting covers up a lot too, but last night we were able to shoot the ball well and do a lot of things well to get a nice win over a sectional opponent at our place on homecoming night. So yeah, obviously that makes you feel good as a coach too when you go about 11 of 16 from behind the arc, and you know, a kid like Joshua Ernfro, our freshman, going 5 of 6 from behind the arc. And we got a lot of guys shooting the heck out of the ball. So you can only hope that continues, but we'll see.
Well, besides shooting the ball well from deep, if your team's playing well, what are they doing well?
The things we work on in practice, going back and watching the film from last night this morning, one thing we really want to do is be hard to guard, whether that's in transition, and that's something we noticed last night, pushing the ball ahead, trying to get easy looks inside out, even when you attack the rim, little safety cuts behind, just different things like that. On the defensive end as well, talking about getting shots up in practice, we spend too much time in practice working on defense, not just man, but also our zone, half-court trap, for that not to look good on the court, and thankfully that did last night as well. And the hope is that it does during the season, but it's both ends of the floor. But it all comes down to three things for our program: executing, boxing out, taking care of the ball. If we're playing well, we're doing those three things. Basketball doesn't have to be a complicated game. We try to make it simple for our boys. That's what we focus on.
All right. Well, as far as this team against Charlestown that you're against tonight, any thoughts on what they're going to put on the floor as you've scouted them up?
Well, these double weekends are always hard, especially that Friday when you have a sectional opponent. To be honest, we spent all week preparing for South Central and their distinct style of play with their 1-3-1 and knowing their personnel to a T. Yeah. So you spend all week on that, and you're thankful to get a win, and then that's over, and you turn around and have a great team like Charlestown come to your place, right? And I'm a big fan of Coach Matt Lynch and the job he's done at Tell City, and then to come here and already have a good start at Charlestown. I have the utmost respect for him and the success he's going to have there. So they're tough. They have some great players. Number 32 for them, we've been impressed. Number 2, they're big. His first game was the Clarksville game. Looks like he'll play tonight as well. We see him warming up. He's a very skilled big man. That number 24, their shooter. They got a lot of pieces, man, and it'll be tough. We were able to give our guys a scouting report last night after the South Central game. You just hope they go home and read that too. And there's only so much 30 minutes of film having them get here early can do, But also we're able, no matter who we play, it comes down to boxing out, executing, and taking care of the ball. And that's the hope, whether it's South Central with a week to prepare or Charlestown with hours to prepare. The hope is that carries over, and it should be a good game.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Stay tuned for the high school basketball action on GLICOD.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
It's time for storylines for tonight's ball game, as we are still about 10 to 12 minutes away from the tip. The JV game went a little bit long. The Pirates defeated the Christian Academy Warriors in that JV contest. Tonight's storylines brought to you by Community Action of Southern Indiana. Be part of the youth empowerment movement at voiceindiana.org, and just had sort of one for each team. And I'll let Coach maybe walk us, at least start to walk us through that if he can see what we got up there.
Yeah, Todd, as I looked at the statistics going into this game, and you got two pretty young coaches out there, so
right.
A lot of it has to do with how quickly the players in the program can develop to one another, and that is particularly the case, I think, with Coach Matt Lynch. He's, like I said, he's been Tell City, and he coached under Shannon at the JV and freshman level a long time, so his identity, I'm sure, is a good one, and sounds like they're making moves. Only 6 games into the season for Charlestown, but he's got time to develop them, and I think he's going at it the right way. So, good luck to him. And the same thing can be true for Coach Hayden Casey. He's, I'm thinking back when Kerberg was coach here a couple years ago.
Right.
They were really good back then, and I knew at that point. They graduated a lot of stuff.
They had 5 starters graduate a couple years back.
You don't come into the next year or two and then have a real highly competitive team. So it's going to take some time, and I think in this case, Coach Casey is taking the right approach. Going to the fundamentals. Blocking out. All those things that you do to have success in the game of basketball.
Well, and it does go back to those fundamentals, really, I think, with both of these coaches. Coach Lynch in his first year, Coach Casey in his second. Coach Lynch with more head coaching experience in that, he's been 6 years at Tell City, but first year at Charlestown. So, there's always going to be that. What's your identity going to be, but just sort of how you do things, right? I mean, it's always going to be a little bit of a work in progress and a learning curve on that for your kids to do it your way, right?
Yeah, fundamentals are basically the same for all teams.
Right.
Make shots, play defense, rebound, don't turn the ball, all those good things. We know that's for sure, but when I think of Matt Lynch, I've been around this area for quite some time myself. And I remember back in 2008 when he played at New Albany, I think he was a really good three-point shooter back then.
Yep.
So, that kind of carries over. We'll see how well it carries over. Of course, you got to have shooters to shoot it, and you got to make shots to win. We know that. But, it's going to be interesting here tonight. I think one thing in particular that might be interesting is just to see what effect Chase Benner has coming back after being on the football team, getting hurt there, and just now getting back into the lineup. So at 6'6", he's got to make a difference as far as this team's concerned, because 6'6" is pretty tall in high school basketball around this area.
Absolutely, yeah, and that certainly, there will be that transition to get him integrated back in, but at the same time, we talked. I know I talked with Coach Lynch about the fact that tonight's storyline is brought to you by Community Action of Southern Indiana. Be a part of the youth empowerment movement at voiceindiana.org. Well, let's step away. We will actually, you'll even see our billboard open probably, and then when we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups. We're still a few minutes away from basketball here. Again, the JV game went just a little bit long, but hey, that got us the ability to take care of our little YouTube hiccup, and now we're on. And we'll get you all the action tonight from Christian Academy High School here in New Albany, Indiana, where the Pirates invade. And both of these teams at 500, one of them will go above tonight. And we've got all the action for you tonight on GLICOD.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want an escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The second game of the season, I popped my shoulder out of socket, so I went to the doctor a few weeks later, and they referred me to priority radiology to get an arthrogram. It was about a day later that they told me the news that I tore my labrum. Since I got the results back so quick, I got to start doing physical therapy and everything quicker, which made my recovery process a lot quicker, and I'm thankful for priority radiology for getting the results back that fast.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back here at Christian Academy for the Pirates and the Warriors, we're going to take just a couple minutes and quickly roll through the starting lineups for both teams and tell you who's on the broadcast tonight. I'm Dr. Todd Carter. Alongside me is Coach Paul Love. DK Gauss running the computer for us tonight here. Our executive producer is Steve Bird, and Xander Essex on our camera this evening. So that's our starting lineup. Now the starting lineup on the court. We have for the Pirates, they will go as follows, and I'm trying to get them in the order that I've got them on the screen there. Jake Ottersbach, a 6'2 senior forward. Trace Thierman, a 6'1 junior guard. Austin Pickerel, a 6'2 sophomore guard. Jake Helton, a 6'2 junior forward, and Chase Benner, a 6'6 senior center for the Pirates. For the Christian Academy Warriors, they will go as follows. Caleb Roy, a 6'3 junior forward. Joshua Renfro, a 6'1 freshman guard. Nathan Witten, a 5'11 senior guard. Brady Dunn, a 6'2 senior swingman, listed as kind of a guard-forward combo. And Miles Morgan, a 6'1 senior forward. And that's the starting lineup for Christian Academy. So the Pirates go Benner, Ottersbach, Thierman, Pickerel, and Helton. And Christian Academy goes Roy, Renfro, Witten, Dunn, and Morgan. And as we are coming up with about a minute to go, we'll keep it here just for a brief few seconds longer. Just your thoughts before we go here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing these guys for Christian Academy. The Josh Renfro, just a freshman, 6'1". He leads that team with 10 three-point buckets so far this season, followed by Caleb Roy and who's the other one? Oh yeah, Brady Dunn. So they can shoot it, obviously, yep. And it's going to be interesting to see how the defense guards that perimeter line, as we stated earlier.
All right. Well, we are going to toss it to our final break, and when we come back, we'll have the tip for you here on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want an escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No. When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From GLICOD, it's Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Now to courtside for all the action from GLICOD on Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball.
As we are going through the starting lineups on the court, we will tell them to you again, awaiting the tip between the Charlestown Pirates and the Christian Academy Warriors. For the visiting Pirates, again, they will go Chase Benner, Jake Ottersbach, Trace Thierman, Austin Pickerel, and Jake Helton. For the Christian Academy Warriors, Caleb Roy, Joshua Renfro, Nathan Witten, Brady Dunn, and Miles Morgan. I want to take this opportunity to thank Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville for their help in bringing you this broadcast and their season sponsorship. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, where they're striving to keep you driving. As we await the tip, and looks like Brady Dunn headed out to tip it up against Jake Ottersbach.
Not a lot of hot size on the floor. I mean, Benner kind of stands up there, doesn't he?
Does just a little bit, yeah. As the Pirates, visiting Pirates, control, and that's Pickerel with it in his hands, through the hands of Thierman, down low to Benner, and then back out around the horn. That's Helton. He's going to shoot the three short off the iron, and scrum floored on the floor, and it's going to be off of Caleb Roy. I think it was underneath the ball, underneath his bottom and the line there. That's Helton to trigger in. He does to Thierman. Thierman puts up the three. It won't go. And an early foul. That's a little push against Brady Dunn. So the early harm there. His first, team first. Just underway here at Christian Academy. Helton again to trigger. And long. And then a fight for it between Pickrell and Witten. And this time it's going to go the way of Christian Academy.
You know, all the stat numbers that I wrote down, Todd, are on the Charlestown side, but I don't see any points on the board. So.
Yeah.
Here's that 3-2 zone you were talking about.
That'll be an interesting thing to watch as the night goes on. So ball in the hands of Roy and then back out around to Dunn. Dunn standing just inside the circle, gives it up there to Renfro and then back on the near side to Witten, back to Renfro, just a little pitch and catch there. And then dumps it to Roy and then to Dunn down low, pitches out of it, finds Witten, decides to drive it, gives it up. Nice pass. That's Miles Morgan with the bucket. So nice little wraparound pass there, and Kai's on the board. Ball down in the hands of Benner, and he put it up strong, just couldn't get it to go. Christian Academy comes down with the rebound. Dunn ahead to Witten. And trying to wrap around, get it inside to Roy, and there's a whistle.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get Mr. Benner for reaching around, guarding that low post.
Sure did. Chase Benner, his first, team
Actually,
first.
They put Brady. Is that right? Brady
No, they just were just a little
okay, I got you.
Lackadaisical and getting it up there.
I hear you.
All right, Witten trying to trigger it in, threw it into trouble, and the Pirates turn the Warriors over. That's cross-court pass there to Helton. Now down in the corner, that's French new in the ball game. Helton drives the lane, puts up the runner, won't go. Ball comes down in the hands of Miles Morgan, then to Witten, who advances it. Backs it off to Dunn. Now in the hands of Renfro. Baseline, Roy drives it. It came up with air down into the hands of Pickrell, who gives it, carries it across timeline. Now gives it up to Helton. Back to Pickrell. Down on the baseline. Now working it, cross-court pass, finds Thierman. Down low to Ottersbach. Back out to Thierman. Pickrell right side. Thierman just trying to probe on this defense. Back out, that's French. Now into the hands of Pickrell. Oh, just pitched it right over the head of Ottersbach, did Thierman. So another turnover.
Really slow start here. First of all, they're slow in their half-court offense, but, with the turnovers and the missed shots, not much going on here early. 5.5 minutes in first quarter.
So freshman Grayson Connell comes off the bench for the Pirates. He had 9 versus Clarksville in that win. So he comes out, and that's Renfro from the corner. And a foul on the rebound. Happened though. And my apologies, I said foul. It was just out of bounds. So just ball back to the Pirates. Pickrell crosses timeline, gets it to Helton in the center, passing out of it to Connell. And the Kai defense working hard here and trying to come up with some deflections. Now ball inside, shot up by Ottersbach, won't go. Pulled down by Roy, ahead to Renfro. And he finds French for 3. And we have a timeout on the floor. So with that timeout on the floor, we will take a quick break. And when we return, we'll have more first quarter action on GLICOD.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
5-0, the Warriors lead early, and I have to give credit where credit's due. I said French, that wrong number 13. It was Miles Morgan, the senior for Kai, hit that three-pointer. He's got all 5 of the Warriors points. It was just a miss there by Jake Ottersbach for the Pirates, and they still can't quite get off this 9. Now Renfro shoots the 3. It can't get it to drop, and Ottersbach skies for the rebound, and the Pirates are back on offense. Pickerel looks to drive, takes it in, gives it up to Connell. Connell shoots the 3. He was long on that, and a foul on the floor on the rebound. Believe that's going to go against Nathan Witten. Sure is. So the senior commits the third team foul for the Warriors. Now Jake Helton will trigger, gets it right into Pickerel, and then follows. Pickerel couldn't get it to fall, neither could Helton. And basket's just got a lid on it a little bit, Coach, for the Pirates.
That's really unbelievable. Those are point-blank shots. Both of them missed there, and they're 0 for 9 to start this game.
That's a little bit of a nightmare on the road. But see if they can come out of it, play good defense maybe. And Dunn had to mishandle the pass there, but ended up saving it, getting it back out to reset the offense. Witten with it now, back to Renfro. Now down in that left-hand corner. Back around, trying to get it down low to Roy. Roy trying to back it in, pitches out of it. Finds Witten. One more pass there to Renfro. Back to Witten. Renfro thought about the 3, dumps it down low. That's Morgan. Morgan in traffic, puts it up, has his own follow, and gets it to go. Miles Morgan working on trying to be the most outstanding player of the game, at least on the Kai side. We'll have that coming up at the end, brought to you by Skyline Chili. And 7-0, and it's been the Miles Morgan show. Actually, that was Brady Dunn, though, stepping into the passing lane and knocking that ball away, ended up out of bounds off of the Pirates.
Just say, looking ahead, we're going to have a hard time finding a Charlestown player of the game. There's not been a point scored yet.
Well, they'll right the ship, I'm quite certain.
I think you're right. They do need to try to figure out how to score, though. And so far, no points with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Roy with it, back to Witten, between circles to Roy, dumps it to Dunn. Dunn pitches out of it, finds Morgan. Morgan shoots the 3, can't get it to go. Roy tracks down the rebound, pitches it to Witten. Witten from top of the key, off to the right into the hands of Austin Pickerel. Pickerel brings it down for the Pirates, looks to dump it inside and just has it taken away. Couldn't decide what to do with it, and that was a dangerous thing. Witten ahead to Roy. Roy, and knocked out of bounds.
It's like going to be a turnover.
Yeah, turnover. I don't know if he stepped out of bounds or if he just lost the handle on it. Whichever, ball ended up out of bounds. So Chase Benner back in the ball game for the Pirates. Works right in the middle. Oh, he was trying to find Ottersbach and gets the carom, and Ottersbach puts it up and in. So that gets the Pirates on the scoreboard. 1:35 left here in the first period. Roy to Renfro. Renfro will shoot the 3, buries it. Picked up where he left off last night, did Josh Renfro.
Nice looking stroke there.
He had 5 of those last night for 21 points. And then Brady Dunn just stepped in the passing lane, and it was a takeaway. Dunn with it now to Roy, Miles, Morgan, and then back out to Dunn. Shoots the 3. That one won't go on the inline. Charlestown ball. 1 minute to go, first period. And a timeout on the floor. And let's see if we'll keep it here because I believe we've fulfilled our obligation here.
Rebounding pretty even. Charlestown leading that by a little bit, 9-7. Charlestown's turned it over 5 times, just 2 for Christian Academy. But the big story is the 1 for 10 shooting for the Pirates in the first quarter.
So 1 for 10 shooting, and an 8-point lead built by the home Christian Academy Warriors. And DK showing you some clips there from that first quarter action. A few highlights for those Warriors. That's as we roll out of the timeout here. Interesting. This is a little bit of an inside, I was going to say inside baseball, but it's an inside basketball thing for you, and that is they actually put the timeouts up on the scoreboard, so you get the full timeout. A lot of times, if everybody's ready to go, the striped shirts will just roll it otherwise, so it's nice for us. We can get our breaks in. Ottersbach saves it to Benner. Benner down to Helton. Back in the hands of Benner. He gives it up into the hands of French. French couldn't get the shot up. It was partially blocked. And ball out of bounds off of Charlestown. So Charlestown still having some offensive woes here.
They've actually had some good looks at the basket, but no luck.
That's what I've noticed too. And down in underneath, Miles Morgan continues the show. 9 points so far, with just a few ticks left in this first period. First period has gone quickly, and then the ball airmailed from Ethan French. Couldn't connect with Austin Pickrell, and turnover. Christian Academy's got another chance for a shot here before the first period ends. Witten with it, and there came the trap. And into the hands of Ottersbach, who lays it in. Trap came up, and now another turnover. So 3.1 ticks left. And let's see if Charlestown can get a shot up. Ball to Benner. Back to Pickrell. He shoots the half-court shot, and it will not go. So at the end of one, we have the Christian Academy Warriors 12, the Charlestown Pirates 4. Come on back, second quarter action here on GLICOD.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back in empty possession for the Christian Academy Warriors, but the Pirates came down and scored very quickly. Trace Thierman putting it in from the right side of the dish just as we were coming back from the break there. And so they cut the lead now to in half, just a 6-point lead for the Warriors. As the Warriors back on offense, new in the ball game is David Cook for the Warriors. And we got a turnover, a little happy happy foot action there. David Cook, number 30, new in the ball game. And we've got a timeout. So let's actually just keep it here since we were we sort of ran through extra commercials there at the break. That was good for the Pirates coach to come out and get that quickly get that bucket.
It was, and they got it off of a turnover. They scored their second basket of the whole first quarter there at the end of at the horn. So neither team shooting the ball very well. 2 for 13 for Charlestown, just 15%. 5 of 13 for the Warriors, 38.5%. Turnovers are even at 6, and rebounding's pretty close too. I got Charlestown 9 and Christian Academy 8.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville for their sponsorship of our broadcast this season. For the widest selection of pre-owned cars, visit locally owned Jim Butner Auto, where they are striving to keep you driving.
Another little interesting fact, no free throws have been shot in the ball game up to this point.
Actually, fairly clean game. Just 4 fouls total called in that first not quite 9 minutes of play. Pickerel will cross timeline. French then down in the corner to Helton. He thought about the 3, dumps it down low to Benner. Benner just strong on that right side of the dish. Dunn directs a little traffic for the men in white there. Gets it to Cook. Renfro back to Cook. Now left side Dunn, back to Cook. Trying to work against this zone. A little different when you've got that big man in the center of the zone, too. You can just see it's a little different. And that was Dunn with the fadeaway. Couldn't get it to go. And nice rebound there by Chase Benner. Pickerel with it, gives it up left to Thierman, back to Pickerel. Now on the right to Helton, back cross court, Thierman into Benner. And Thierman at the dish, and he lays it up and in. The offense has begun to come alive, and it's just a 2-point lead for the Christian Academy Warriors. After leading 12-4, and we've got a foul. Looks like that's going to go against Jake Ottersbach. His first, and just the team's second.
Coach Lynch must have had something interesting to say at the quarter break, because they've made all 3 of their field goals in the second quarter.
Well, you figure water's going to find its level sooner or later, but that was pretty amazing number of misses. Josh Renfro hits from the baseline, the freshman, with his 5th point of the night for the Warriors. Pickerel to Thierman. Thierman now with it on the wing. Back to Pickerel. And works it on the floor. Dumps it off to Benner. Benner gives it up to Helton. Helton brings it in. Shoots the floater. High off the glass. Gets it to go. Helton's first 2 points on the evening.
They took the lid off. That must be it.
That's exactly right. So the Warriors still with a 2-point lead, but the Pirates positively exploding so far this quarter. Renfro with it, gives it up to Dunn. Now around the horn, Witten, and then ball knocked away, and there's going to be a foul. French ended up with it, and I believe they're going to, is that Roy they whistled? See what shows up on the.
Brady Dunn, maybe.
Nope, it was double zero. Caleb Roy.
Okay, gotcha.
Hit Roy's first, team 4th. Pickerel with it. Picked up his dribble, dangerous. Ends up finding Benner, gets it back to Pickerel, and then a foul. Josh Renfro, the freshman, commits his first.
Got a feeling you might hear his name here for a few more years to come.
I think so.
Yeah.
6'1" guard, just a freshman for the Warriors. That's number 1, Josh Renfro. That's Pickerel dumps it down on the baseline. Those Otters back down there, back out to Helton between circles here. Now gives it up left to Thierman. Thierman works it back out. Benner, finds a nice flashing Otters back who just couldn't find it to go down, but Helton comes up with the ball, puts it back up. That one won't go either. Roy brings it down and quickly ahead for the Warriors. Now Dunn shoots the three. It won't go, but Witten in the right spot picks it off, but then ends up giving it up to the wrong team, and the blue comes back with it. And Pickerel on that similar sort of flash there ends up in the hands of Ottersback from the front of the dish, and he just can't find he can't quite find the bottom of the basket. Of course, I say that. He's got 4 points, so 2-point lead yet for the Warriors. Renfro dumps it off to Cook, who just couldn't handle the rock. He was thinking about what he wanted to do with it, I'm a guessing. And out of bounds it goes between the wickets.
Lots of turnovers. That's 9 against the Warriors. Really unforced turnovers in a way, too.
Ball's in the hands of French, back to Pickerel. Pickerel takes it down low, gives it back to French, now to Helton. Thinks about the three, shoots the long three, nothing but the bottom of the net. Jake Helton with his 5th point of the night, and high arcing three there. Witten to Dunn. Dunn fights through a little traffic there. Dunn with it. Dumps it down low to Roy. Back out, and that's Morgan for three. Buries it. So Morgan with 12 to lead all scorers in a pretty big way. As the Warriors back to a 2-point lead. As Pickerel carried the ball there just a little bit.
Good call by the official, I think. Another unforced turnover. It's not like the defense has been coughing up turnovers. Inadvertent horn there. They're going to let them play on.
I'm not sure. I guess so, yep. Inadvertent horn, so as they go. Ball trying to get the ball to Dunn, and it's picked off. Trying to get it ahead to Ottersback, but then stepping in there is Witten. Ahead to Dunn. Dunn in traffic, gives it up. Renfro shoots the three. He buries it. And the lead back to 5 for the Warriors. And we've got a foul. And that's the second on Nathan Witten. Team 6. Connell back in the ball game there, far side. Ball taken away. Roy ahead. He can't find Renfro. Just unforced on the break there. 1:22 left in the second period. As Helton brings it back across the Christian Academy logo and goes left to Thierman. Thierman works it to the center, now over to Connell. Grayson Connell picks up his dribble, gives it up, back to Thierman. Thierman looks to work it on that wing, back out to Benner. Now Connell. 1 minute to go here, second period, and trying to bounce pass, just has it taken away. Witten right at the dish, lays it in. Witten gets on the scoreboard, and now a 7-point lead. So after the Pirates did such yeoman's work early in the second quarter to come back from that 12-4 deficit, had a lead and then gave it up. Now, nice play there for Chase Benner down low. 30 seconds to go. 5 points for the Warriors. And here comes the trap. and a timeout on the floor. So that gives us to take a quick bonus break, and we will do that. And when we return, we will have the rest of the second quarter here on GLICOD.
You never know who you're going to run into at a Skyline. I moved to Cincinnati, and I was playing in bands. I met Michael, and we've been playing and writing music ever since. We live 300 feet from a Skyline, and we go there constantly.
And I'm sure there have been multiple times where we've gone before a show and then after the show. Any time for us is Skyline time.
It has a feeling kind of like those mom and pop diners, also like a deep charm for me. It's just good hangs there at Skyline.
23.8 ticks left on the clock here in the first half. This first half's gone by quite quickly. 22-17 our score. Warriors have led most of the half. They trailed just for a few brief moments by a point, and now have built a lead back to 5 and have a chance here to extend on that going into the locker room. Witten working it against Connell. Here comes the trap. Renfro throws out of it to Dunn. Dunn takes a look at the clock, trying to figure out how much time he has. Directs a little traffic. Tries to take it in. Steps up for the jumper. Nails it. And that will do it for the first half. Our score at the half, the Christian Academy Warriors 22 and the Pirates of Charlestown 17. Come on back for the halftime show here on GLICOD.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah! 1 second.
I guess their faces are safe. This is the...
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
Halftime here at Christian Academy, and it's time to look at some halftime numbers. Our halftime numbers brought to you by Centra Credit Union. Centra Credit Union, they're centered around you. So first numbers we're going to look at is scoring for both teams, and then we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have all of the team stats for you. For the visiting Charlestown Pirates. The Pirates are led by Jake Helton. Helton has 5 points. Trace Thierman, Jake Ottersback, and Chase Benner all have 4 points apiece for the Charlestown Pirates. For the Christian Academy of Indiana Warriors, they are led by Miles Morgan. Miles Morgan has 12, including a couple made 3-point buckets. And Josh Renfro, the freshman, next up with 8 points. He has also a couple of made 3-pointers. 2 players with 2 points apiece, Nathan Witten and Brady Dunn, who came in averaging 20.7 points a game, held to just 2 points, and that was on that late basket there in the first half. So, again, Miles Morgan, Josh Renfro lead the Christian Academy Warriors at the half. Well, we are going to step away and catch a few moments from our wonderful sponsors. While we're doing that, Coach, we will put our team stats in, and when we come back, Coach will take you through those, and then we'll get you ready for the second half here on GLICOD.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Time for more halftime numbers here on GLICOD, where our score is the Warriors 24 and the Pirates 17. And for these numbers, we'll let Coach Love go through them with us. Coach?
First and most interesting, no free throws shot in the first half. Neither team shot a free throw, which made the game go quite fast.
Sure did.
The field goal percentages, though, for Charlestown is just crazy. Just 2 of 13 from the first quarter, 15%. They shot 6 of 9 then in the second quarter, so for the half, 8 of 22 and 36% shooting. They were just 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. That's 20%. Excuse me. Christian Academy, 5 field goals in both quarters. 5 for 13 in the first, 38.5%. Just 5 of 7 in the second, 71% for the half. 10 of 20, 50% shooting. 4 of 10 from beyond the arc. I have the rebounding dead even at 11, and turnovers almost even. Charlestown 10 turnovers, and Christian Academy 11.
All right, those are your Centra Credit Union stats, halftime stats, and again, really that shooting really very, very good for Christian Academy. You know, 50% from the field, including that 4 of 10.
Of course, they only got 7 shots in the whole second quarter because they turned it over 7 times in the second quarter.
So that's not so good.
No.
I will also bring your attention to the ticker right now, brought to you by Jim Butner Auto. I had a bunch of early games earlier this afternoon, girls' games, so we've got those up on the ticker for you. And then as we get ball games here tonight, we will get those to you as well. Where we're going to step away, and when we come back, we will have a second half action for you here on GLICOD.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back here on GLICOD, 20 seconds or so to go before the second half, and Coach, it's there for a while. This was looking like it might be a runaway for the Warriors, but the Pirates got right back in it, and then after that spurt, the Warriors kind of, put a stop to it. But really, at a 7-point score, still anybody's game at this point.
Right. Couldn't buy a basket, could Charlestown in the first quarter, but I tell you what, both coaches, I guarantee you, talked about turnovers. 11 turnovers and a half is entirely too many, and they weren't necessarily forced turnovers.
So Pickrell with it. He gave it up to Thierman, back to Pickrell. To Thierman for the Pirates. Cross court to Helton. Helton splits the defense, takes it inside, ends up giving it up to Thierman with the floater, gets it to go. So Trace Thierman, 6 points on the night, and that lead cut back to 5. As the Warriors working it, that's Witten with it on that wing. Out to Renfro. Renfro gets a little pick, gives it up, and baseline Morgan. He can't get it to fall, though, and then a fight for it underneath between Helton and Roy. Witten to Trigger. And tries to get it into Morgan, can't do it. And is that Benner that was down there? It sure was. Big man threw himself on the ground for that one. Pickrell with it now. No, excuse me, Thierman. That was Pickrell directing some traffic there. Thierman with it. Now gives it up to Helton. Long three, arches home. That's a way to cut into a lead. Down to 2 for the Warriors is the lead. Renfro, though, tries to answer back, and he does. And a quick timeout. So we will take a timeout as well after we, there we go. Take a timeout as well. And when we come back, 27-22 here on GLICOD.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
27-22 our score here in the third period. Todd Carter, Coach Paul Love with you on the call of this one. DK Gauss running the computer, and Xander Essex on the camera for us tonight here at Christian Academy, where the Pirates are being scrappy. Hit a three, but Warriors answered back, and then good defense knocks the ball out of bounds, but that was off Nathan Witten.
I'm starting to wonder if the referees have whistles because there haven't been any fouls called in the ball game. Good grief. I've never seen a game go this far without a foul, at least one.
That's Pickerel with it. Between circles, picked up his dribble, ends up giving it up. That was French, but he had it stolen away. Roy with it, and then he trips himself up, gets all contorted, gives it up to Witten. Witten drives it, pitches it back out to Renfro. Renfro in traffic at the elbow, puts up the shot, won't go. Benner skies for the board. Good look there from Renfro, just couldn't get it to go down.
I think it was a little too close for him.
He seems to like it behind the arc. Helton shoots the three and buries it. 11 points for Helton, and again the lead shrinks to 2 for the Warriors. Renfro gets the pick. Now Dunn they were trying to find Dunn inside, but Benner ends up there. Picks it off. Nearly got hit in the head with the basketball for his service there, but Pirates come down. Helton again. That one hard off the iron, down in the hands of Dunn. Quickly ahead, almost too quickly, but Roy does pick it back up. Renfro shoots the three from the wing. He gets it. So Renfro picked up where he left off last night. He's got 14 now. He had 21 last night, so he's well on his way back out to a 5-point lead for the Warriors. Benner gives it up to Helton, guarded by Dunn. Back to Benner. That's where he wants to work. Right in there at the dish. Up and in. Nice move. If they could find him there, I think he might have that all night, Coach.
Yeah, you know, the defense that Christian Academy is playing makes them throw the ball high, so not quick passing, so just not able to get it down there very consistently.
Christian Academy working it around. Roy dumps it down into Dunn. Dunn passes out of it, finds Witten. Witten for three, knocks it home. The threes starting to fall. We talked about that in keys to the game. Could they shoot over that zone and hit some of those? Lead stretches back to 6. Down to Pickerel, but it's poked away. Ends up in the hands of Witten. And Coach Casey implores Witten just to slow it down and hold it up, reset the offense, and he does. That's Morgan down in the corner. Back out to Renfro. Back to Morgan. Tries to dump it low to Dunn. The double team comes. And the ball loose on the floor. Dunn scrapping for it and called for the travel. It looked more like rugby there for a moment, didn't it?
It did. See what? Let's have some moisture.
Yeah, just have a little moisture on the ball there. Bring your attention to as we roll in through this third quarter as we go along. We've got the ticker that will appear back on the screen here in just a little while. Had a bunch of early games, and we'll try to get you scores of any games tonight as time goes on. Helton to Pickerel, and ball back to Helton down in the corner. That's Benner working down low. Can't get it to go from the baseline, and a whistle underneath with the push. That is the first foul in the second half. That goes against Chase Benner. That's his second, team's first.
So I probably misspoke a while ago. I meant to say there have been no free throws shot.
Yes,
there weren't any fouls.
Right.
Right.
There were some fouls called in the first half, folks, just in case you're tuning in. But no free throws. Neither team made it to the bonus, and no fouls in the act of shooting. So no free throws shot in that first half, either team. Got in the passing lane there, but tracked back down. Renfro for three won't go. Scrum for it. Roy tips it back out to Witten, and then trying to get it down into Dunn. And I believe that's number 2 again. It is Chase Benner with his third all of a sudden. Witten gets it into Morgan. Morgan gives it up to Dunn. Dunn has been doing some yeoman's work trying to get down there in low and battle with the big guys, and he's been pushed around for his efforts, but he has been working it hard down there. Renfro content just to hold it until Charlestown comes out. They came out for the trap, dribbling through it. Now there's Dunn inside. He's fouled in the act of shooting. Pickerel with the harm.
And now we're going to shoot a free throw.
And Brady Dunn, 79% free throw shooter on the early season. Just the 5th game. Knocks home the first. 3 points for Dunn on the night so far. Second up, and that one goes through as well.
8-point lead.
And the Pirates had that. Did they have that cut to 2? I believe they had it cut to 2. And then Warriors with a little spurt. And there's Roy stepping in the passing lane, but the Pirates get it back. Helton for 3, left side, high off. Roy has it knocked away. That was French that popped it away, so it'll be a Warrior ball. 1:44 left here in the third period. Roy with it, gives it up to Witten. Witten passes out of it, finds Renfro. Morgan in the corner, calls for it, can't get it. Gets it down to Dunn, though, and then Dunn can't quite find Witten. Another turnover, and that gives the Pirates a chance to come back and maybe put something else on the board here in the third period. Pickerel picked up his dribble, gets it to Morgan, and then back to Pickerel. Morgan, right side, trying to get it inside, and there's a kick. Helton to French. Oh, Ottersback, excuse me, my apologies. Now to Pickerel, standing at the Christian Academy logo. Helton on the left side, and there's a foul as Helton was trying to come around the corner there.
Common foul. No shooting.
That one's on Morgan, his first of the night. Under a minute to go now, third period. Ticker this quarter brought to you by Packy Page, Allstate Insurance Agent. And a 3. That one from Austin Pickerel. His first bucket of the night, but a big one. Cuts that Kai lead back to 5. And then taking it away is Ottersback. He lays it up in, and the foul. So Ottersback took the ball away, just went hard to the basket, and the foul.
That half-court trap that Charlestown is employing seems to be giving the Warriors a little bit of trouble. And we're going to get a free throw shot by Charlestown. First free throw of the game.
And that was the third foul on Nathan Witten. So Witten and Benner, only two players in some foul trouble. Benner checks to the bench for the Pirates. And Cook checks into the game for the Warriors. I didn't see, let's see who that was. That was Christian Stacy, his first appearance, checked in for Benner. And Pirates, again with that trap, come up with the turnover. Pickrell lays it up and in from the left side of the dish. And suddenly it's just a 1-point lead for the Warriors. That trap came on again, but Dunn splits it, goes inside, and he's fouled. That'll just be on the floor, I believe. Yeah, it's on the floor, so no shots.
Nice little run to close out the third quarter here by the Pirates. What, are they down 8? Isn't that what we said?
Yes, I believe they were.
Biggest deficit of the game, maybe? Ball got wet again somehow.
Ball got wet again.
You got an extra ball down there, but the referee says, no. We won't keep this one.
Yeah, that's right. No Deflategate scandals here. We got to make sure this is the right one.
Now, I wonder if anybody remembers that Deflategate.
I know. I'm sorry. But Colts play the Patriots tonight, so I just can't let that go.
I got you.
Long ball in, and stolen away, laid up and in. That was Ethan French with the takeaway, and now the lead as the third quarter ends. Shot up and good by Brady Dunn from long range. Makes it 38-36. We'll make sure and have that replay when we come back for the fourth quarter on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
38-36 our score. Let's show the replay. Last shot of that third quarter buried by Brady Dunn, giving the Warriors back at 2-point lead. And that sets up a fourth quarter with Charlestown. Chance to again tie or go ahead with a good possession here. Helton with it. Gives it to French, now down low. Otter's back to Pickrell. Pickrell dumps it down low, tries to find Benner. He couldn't quite get the handle. Got it back, though. Now Pickrell. Cross court, and French just had to tip it back. Got it to Dunn, now ahead to Renfro. Here comes the trap. And throwing out of it, and Helton ends up with it. Advances ahead to Ottersback. Ottersback lays it up and in. Tie ball game. Charlestown has certainly turned the defense up, Coach.
They have indeed, and they turned the offense up too. They were 8 of 11th in that third quarter. That's 73%. They only shot 36% in the first half. So,
David Cook in the backcourt here for the Warriors, playing pitch and catch with Renfro. Tie ball game. Renfro looks for the pick from Dunn. Ends up dribbling around it and then finds Roy in the corner. Roy for three, buries it. His first bucket of the night. And he's averaging almost 15, so been quiet all night has Caleb Roy, but that was a biggie. And then ball nearly stolen away, tracked back down by Pickerel, dumped down low to Benner, changes his shot up, and nice finish. Thought that was going to be blocked, and Benner finishes nicely, stays within one, and the Warriors here, single-digit lead. Pitch it down in the corner, Morgan. Back, trying to work it around, get the defense, maybe catch him lazy, find Roy. Oh, and he just couldn't find the handle on it. Pickerel gets there, but Roy does track it back down. Now Renfro working against Ottersback. Oh, and a reach in. Ottersback just a little too hard on the hands.
Yeah,
Yep.
a little handsy. Just the fourth, well, actually, that makes the fifth team foul. Just 2 against the Warriors.
French checks to the sideline for the Pirates. That's Thierman back in the ball game. Renfro brings it across timeline, again working against Ottersback. Here comes the trap, passes out of it. That's done. And he'll just step back, shoot the 3, hard off the iron, and a foul, Roy, on Austin Pickerel. So Roy with his second foul of the ball game. Again, fairly clean game, Coach.
It really is.
Just
I mean,
8 fouls in this
Not
half.
real aggressive defense. Just trying to play the passing lanes, make them throw the ball over, slows the game down.
Pickerel takes it inside. Left hand just couldn't get the finish. Dunn comes down with it. Looks to push into traffic. Lots of traffic. And the foul. Ottersback's going to be whistled for that one. That's his third. So a couple players, Chase Benner and Jake Ottersback for the Pirates with 3 fouls. Brady Dunn eyeing the free throws. He's got 2 made on the night, and I believe those are the only 2 free throws in the ball game. That one ends up short. You can't say I jinxed any kind of media jinx there because I didn't mention anything about makes or misses. So second, though, is up and good. Eight points for Dunn, 42-40. Now Helton, and that's unfortunately just a little bit too easy to call there. It's Helton's first, but when you extend that arm, the man in the striped shirt most of the time is going to blow that whistle.
Yeah, I'd say half an arm, half a flop, but nice call by the official.
Splitting the defense, there's Renfro to Dunn. Dunn to Roy. Roy shoots the 3. That's short. And then a foul underneath. And that was against Morgan. Warriors will shoot free throws on the next common foul. The Pirates still have 3 to give. Trying to get the ball to Benner. Had it knocked away as Helton ends up with it. Back to Thierman to Helton. Thierman trying to find Benner, but he's pushed 10 feet from where he wanted to be.
I was going to say.
Now Benner, and a timeout on the floor. So a timeout on the floor, we will step away and take our fourth quarter break. And when we return, we have a 42-40 two-point game with 4:30 left here on GLICOD.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball. basketball on GLICOD.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153
And we have a regular barn burner here for you on GLICOD. As we got a 2-point game, and the inbounds comes to Ottersbach. He could not find the bucket, though. As I was going to say, it's a 2-point game, a 2-point lead for the Warriors. And, boy, the
anybody's ball game.
Pirates had a point-blank chance there to tie it up. Cross-court pass. Roy dumps it in to Dunn, works the paint, tries to get Benner up in the air and gets the foul. So Dunn will go to the line, and Benner commits his fourth. I will say this about not that specific situation, but that situation in general is it's almost patently unfair for the defensive player in that once he gets up in the air even a little bit, boy, it's so tough for the referee not to blow a whistle if there's some contact.
You wonder why the little guy's in there underneath. He's using his quickness, of course.
He sure is, and he's been there all night, been working it hard. So Brady Dunn, 2 made free throws, and the Kai lead extends to 4. Helton gets a little pick. And Dunn and Benner working hard, but then a help comes and ball knocked away. That was Nathan Witten. Got a hand in there and pawed that away. Dunn gives it up to Renfro. Now Dunn looks to take it inside, dumps it off down low. That's Morgan. Morgan with the nice look at the right side of the dish. Back out to 6. So it was a 2-point game just moments ago. Now Benner inside. His man fell down. The bucket and the harm. So Benner gets to double digits with 10 and the chance to make it 11 and possibly a 3-point game. French checks back in the ball game. Trace Thierman checks to the sideline.
This would be the first free throw made by Charlestown if Benner is able to put it in. Once again, they got to wet something out there. Where's all the moisture coming from?
I'm not sure, other than off the players.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like a sweaty night, does it?
Well, I don't know. With all that rain, maybe it's more humid in here than I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. You always were a doctor. You think about things.
Yeah, well, you know, I try. I'm not so sure, though. The referee also had the ball tucked under his arm. But I don't want to say anything there. No. Okay, Chase Benner eyeing this free throw, bangs it home. So that Warrior lead cut in half, back to 3.
3 points, 3 minutes.
Now there's Dunn, spin move into the paint, in traffic, and it was going to be take your pick there as Pickrell and French both, and they're going to get French his first.
I will say this, he got all the way across the lane without taking a dribble. It makes me wonder. I'd like to see a replay of
that. But no replay this time.
Oh, come on.
Made shot, maybe, but not on that one.
All right. Brady Dunn been at the line a lot, hasn't he?
Yep, sure has. Splashing that first one home. Only player on the Warriors side with made free throws, and he made both of those. So Dunn had 2 at the halftime break, now has 12. I would say that's being a clutch second-half player. Double-digit scoring. 48-43, back to 5 is the lead. French with it, and then a whistle and a timeout on the floor. And let's see.
Full timeout.
We have an extra break here. Yeah, let's go ahead and take our bonus break. When we return, it's 48-43 here on GLICOD.
This is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back, 48-43, DK is going to show you a couple of replays from some action here in the last couple of minutes. Coach, I guess put yourself on the sideline here. What you telling your ball club, especially if you're the Charlestown Pirates down 5 with a couple minutes to go?
Well, you got 9 fouls on you, so any foul is going to be a 2-shot foul. So you got to watch the fouling, but certainly you need to, get another one of those 17 turnovers. Those 19 turnovers that Kristen Academy has got. Going to have to put pressure on the ball. Can't let them, because I guarantee you they're going to try to use clock here.
Absolutely. Pickrell just launches the ball up and in, finds Otters back. Helton, my goodness.
My goodness.
And a big hit there, as we will scan away from that, because that was a big hit for Nathan Witten. And we've got both teams going to the sideline. And
did a somersault and hit his head.
Yeah, so we will actually let's take a moment. Let's check what kind of breaks we've got here. We'll step away maybe and
Christian
play that.
Christian Academy's only shot 3 times in this fourth quarter, made 1 of them. So, but nevertheless, got to the free throw line.
Okay, we're going to step away just for a brief moment here. We've got an injured player on the field. More back on GLICOD.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
As we are back here and attending to Nathan Witten on the court, and as you may have seen how that happened when it went down live, we won't show the replay, but the IHSAA and my own personal obligation is we don't want to show a player down on the court if we can avoid it. So he's being attended to by the coach and trainer, and hit his head pretty good, did Nathan Witten. What happened was the player for Charlestown trying to step into that 3, and he did a little ball fake, got Witten up in the air, and he's coming up, so that's good.
That was a weird play because they threw the ball way up in the air across court to the 3-point line.
Yep.
And ended up in a 3-point attempt, or a fake at a 3-point attempt, and that's what got him in the air. I'm going to take him to the locker room, it looks like. We hope he'll be all right. He's rubbing his head. I don't blame him.
Yeah. So Nathan Witten retires to the locker room with 5 points on the evening. And that was also his fifth foul. So he was going to go to the locker room anyway. Yeah. But didn't want to go with a headache, guaranteed. Oh, bounced off the back of Brady Dunn by Helton. I thought he was going to turn around and maybe shoot the 3. That was an interesting play.
Oh, yes.
Now Otters back, finds Helton.
They need to score here. Not life or death, but every second counts now.
French with it, gives it up to Pickrell. Pickrell looks to drive. Otters back. And to Helton, shoots the long 3. Oh, off the iron, but picked up and through by Ethan French. And the foul. So coach said they needed to score, and they've got a chance to cut it to 2.
Absolutely.
Watch the replay here. The bucket and the harm.
Just the 3rd free throw of the game. Both teams in the bonus now, however, so any fouls that are committed for this last 2 minutes plus will result in free throws, unless it's an offensive foul, of course.
Ethan French, the sophomore, eyes the free throw, won't go, and then a tie-up underneath. That's going to be against Ottersbach. That's his 4th, if my little check boxes are correct. but that will send Roy to the line. So Caleb Roy, a 100% free throw shooter so far on the season. Check real quickly, see if I can find it, how many he has made. He's 6 for 6 on the season thus far.
Not many more important than these.
And the media jinx goes down. Cameraman Xander Essex scolding me for putting the media jinx on Caleb Roy. 2:09 left, and makes the second. Does Caleb Roy. He's got 4 points on the night. Lead to 4 for the Warriors. Benner down low. Drop step up through, and the foul. No offensive.
They're going to say basket's good.
Basket's good.
Wow. Don't know about that. Happy if you're a Charlestown fan.
That was basket good, but I don't think does he get? Yeah, I guess he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
3-point play.
3-point play, yeah. So 13 on the night for Benner. And chance to cut it to 1.
You know they're glad to have him back in the lineup.
Absolutely.
Senior.
That's 6'6", senior, the senior leadership, too.
Right. Only senior, really, with playing time. But misses.
Ooh, couldn't get the free throw to go. Dunn comes down with the rebound, so the Warriors with the 2-point lead under 2 minutes.
Half-court trap. Of course, they've been trapping this entire second half.
Roy to Dunn. Dunn splits the defense, passes out of it. And then a partial block. No, Morgan knocks it home from the baseline.
Haven't heard from him for a while. He had some early points, I think.
Sure did. Had 12 at the break. He's got 16 now, but it's been a little bit more of a quiet second half. Helton gives it up to Pickrell, to French, trying to dump it down low to Benner. Double team comes to Helton. Helton looks to fake. Floater won't go. Benner gets cut. No, excuse me, that's French gets cut out from under him. Cook with it on the other side, and we've got a couple of players limping, Renfro and French. The Charlestown faithful not real happy about the no call there.
Up in the air, you hit your feet and you go down.
And so
nothing malicious intended.
No.
Just blocking out.
So the striped shirts having a little confab here. They just want to get things reset. So it's going to be side out ball for the Warriors. So they do retain possession. And again, the Charlestown faithful not happy about the no-call situation. Ball up to Dunn. A little bit of a dangerous pass. Ottersback about took it away. Back to Renfro. Now Dunn in the paint gives it up to Cook. And Helton with the foul.
Good two-shot foul.
That's Helton's second.
Beyond the limit.
And now David Cook. He actually has not attempted a free throw yet this season.
Well, they're 8 of 10 in this ball game compared to just 1 of 4 for Charlestown. Difference in the game.
As Cook knocks home the first, he gets in the box score and has the chance to extend the lead out to 5 now with 57 ticks left on the clock. One dribble, eyes it, flies it, and rolls it home. So David Cook with a pair of free throws. Back to a 6-point Warrior lead. Helton in just about the free throw line, puts up the jumper, won't go. Cook comes down with the rebound. He's been big in the last minute or so. Now Dunn comes out. I think they would leave him on the line if possible. Renfro back to Dunn. And a foul comes before Renfro could get rid of the ball. So
nice sportsmanship there.
Freshman Josh Renfro, a 90% free throw shooter, heads to the line.
I like that from Pickerel. Charlestown helped him up off the floor. No intention there.
And chance to extend this lead.
Ooh, got the roll.
Shooter's roll for Josh Renfro. 15 points on the night. He's right at his average, averaging 14.7. Maybe a chance to creep it up a little bit by putting at least 16 in the book tonight. 8 in the first half and 8 so far in the second. Helton with it. Benner looked to drive it, but Dunn just took it away, and Helton has to foul him.
That'll just about do it.
24 seconds left, but this is one that I think as Coach said, this might just about do it.
Could make it a double-digit lead if he makes them both.
First one for Dunn, rolls around and drops through. Seven points at the line in this second half for Dunn, and Pickerel just takes it straight to the other end and lays it home. We've got a timeout on the floor, but we will keep it here. We fulfilled our obligations. Let's tell you what both of these teams are going to be doing next. For the Christian Academy Warriors, they will play in tournament play on December 23rd versus Springs Valley, and then on December 28th, the Charlestown Pirates. They are involved in the Silver Creek Holiday Tournament, the longest-running tournament in the state of Indiana.
With the same 4 teams.
With the same 4 teams.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry. Yep, got to say that. With the same 4 teams. So it will be Silver Creek, Clarksville, Charlestown, and Providence in that tournament on the 28th and the 29th, I would say, folks. If you've never been out there to see one of those ball games, that is a very good time. Also want to take this opportunity to say that the ticker this half's been brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. When you see that, we thank Packy for that. And as always, leading sponsorship for these Southern Indiana high school basketball games on GLICOD from Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, where they are striving to keep you driving. So the Warriors have David Cook on the in line to throw it in, and an 8-point lead. Pitch it into Dunn, and quick little body came there from Ethan French, his second foul. That will send Dunn back to the line. And again, Brady Dunn, he's got 8 now points from the free throw line in this second half. He's up to 15, which is a bit under his average, but considering he had 2 at the break, has had a huge second half. Oh, got a shooter's roll there, that's for sure. So 16 on the night with that made free throw. 10-point double-digit lead now for the Warriors. This game's been closer than that, folks. Helton couldn't get it to go. Tip in by Benner, though. And the big man has been a big help for the Pirates. And as they work him into the offense, these Pirates should get a little better and a little better, especially also as the team begins to play as the head coach, Matt Lynch, wants them to play. And he's just in his first year with the Charlestown Pirates. And Matt Lynch, unfortunately, used a magic combination of words that are not proper, I guess, with the man in the striped shirt.
Not very happy, and I'm sure he's not very pleased with most of the game, especially the slow start that they had. My goodness, they got themselves in such a hole to start the game off that they actually did get ahead, though, did they not?
They did in the second quarter.
Yeah, gotcha.
Second quarter, and it was tied in the third. I'm trying to think if they got ahead in the third. They might have been by a point.
I think you might be right.
So Josh Renfro will shoot
Looks like they're going to have about 4 free throws coming here.
They should. It's going to make the score a whole lot more lopsided than it actually is. as Renfro knocked home the first of the free tosses. Now the second. Going to increase his average maybe a little bit. Now
Brady Dunn get to let the senior take the last two, really inconsequential as they are.
And by the way, should also say that that foul was on Jake Helton, his fourth. Oh, Brady Dunn misses the second, but an 11-point lead with 3.4 seconds left, and the Warriors really just need to get the ball in and dribble it out. I would imagine that Matt Lynch is sort of called off the dogs here. So Josh Renfro will dribble it out, and that will do it for the ball game. Our final from here at Christian Academy is the Warriors 62 and the Pirates 51. Come on back for the postgame show here on GLICOD.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No. When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Find a wide selection of batteries for all types of vehicles at their locally owned Jeffersonville location, 1510 Production Road.
As we are back, and final score tonight, the Christian Academy Warriors defeat the Charlestown Pirates 62-51. And, Coach, this one really, well, I thought it was going to get away big as the Warriors built a 12-2 lead. The Pirates made it 12-4 at the end of the first quarter, and then had a big second quarter to come back and cut into that lead. In fact, had a lead in the second quarter, right, and then had another lead in the third. But Kai just kept it coming, yeah, and never really gave up. And then the final score, folks, that 11-point number does not really truly belie how close the game was the whole way.
Well, Charleston, again, missed their first 10 shots, but they made a nice recovery from that. They got back, like you said, got in the ball game, got within a point, got ahead by a point or whatever, not very many points.
Couple,
certainly.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, but the big game, the big part of the game, I hated the turnovers, 18 and 19 between the two teams. That's a lot of turnovers. And they weren't necessarily forced turnovers. They're just getting in passing lanes and what have you. But the big story of the game certainly is free throws. I mean, for goodness sakes, Christian Academy shot 22, Charlestown shot 4. And you're not going to win very many games, if they're competitive at all when you've got that kind of a deficit.
With that kind of disparity,
yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, let's jump away, and when we come back, we will bring you the German American Bank final numbers, both team and scoring stats for both teams. So let's step away. When we come back, we'll have that, and then the most outstanding players as well. So come on back for more of the postgame show here on GLICOD.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug-Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
It's time to look at the final numbers tonight. Tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. We'll let Coach Love go through the team numbers first, and then I'll get you scoring for both teams.
Thank you, Todd. Charlestown first, the visitors, on the losing side of the the game tonight. Ended up shooting the ball quite well, actually. 23 of 46. I have them from the field, 50%. And 36% beyond the arc at 4 of 11 shooting. Only had 4 free throws in the entire game. Only made one of them, 25%. We'll talk about that, probably a big factor in the game. Rebounds, 17. Errors, too many, I think. 18. I'm sure Coach Lynch is not going to like that number. On the other side of the board, Christian Academy, likewise, shot 50% for the game, but they were consistent throughout the game. 50% the first half, 50% third quarter, 50% fourth quarter. So for the game, 17 of 34 from the field, 50%. Beyond the arc, they were 9 of 18, 50%. We talked about their ability to shoot the three, and that showed here tonight. Free throws, the big thing, though, 19 of 22, 86%. For the game. That's great free throw shooting. Too many errors at 19 and 22 rebounds compared to the 17. So evidently my book, and again, these are unofficial stats, my book shows that the Warriors out-rebounded the Pirates 22-17.
All right, so those are our team stats, and now for individual shooting, we'll start with the Charlestown Pirates in the loss. They go to 3 and 4, on the season, and they go as follows. They were led by Chase Benner, who had 4 at the break and ends up with 15. So big second half for the big man, Chase Benner. 15 points for him. Next up was Jake Helton. With 11, 8 for Jake Ottersbach, 7 for Austin Pickerel, 6 for Trace Thierman, and 4 for Ethan French. So again, Chase Benner leads the Charlestown Pirates, who fall to 3 and 4. For the Christian Academy Warriors, the Warriors were led by Josh Renfro. He had 18 on the night. Next up was Brady Dunn. Brady Dunn with 17, including 9, I believe, made free throws there in the second half. 16 points for Miles Morgan, 5 for Nathan Witten, 4 for Caleb Roy, and 2 points on 2 made free throws from David Cook. Rounds out the scoring for both for the Warriors. And again, the Christian Academy Warriors improve over 500 with games this weekend. They won last night against South Central, and then tonight, coming into the weekend, they were 1-2. Now they're 3-2 and over that 500 mark. Well, let's step away and take our last set of messages from sponsors, and when we come back, we will get you the most outstanding players of the ball game and wrap things up here on GLICOD.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to priority radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to priority radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
And it is time for most outstanding player of the ball game. Tonight's most outstanding players brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. And for these outstanding players, we'll have Coach give us his thoughts on both of these young men.
Charlestown, first of all, pretty balanced scoring from them. Chase Benner, of course, had the most. We don't keep rebounds here or block shots, but I'm sure at his size, he was a real factor down low. So I like to call him the player of the game, star of the game, Chase Benner from Charlestown. And over on the other side, Christian Academy, that's another tough one. They had some good balance in scoring for sure, but I really liked the play of Brady Dunn, the senior, 6'2" senior guard. He really got down, I thought, in the trenches, down in the paint at his size, and able to dish the ball out and really made some key free throws in that second half. Many of them of the, how many did I say, 22 that were shot. But after kind of a slow start he had, I think you were talking about the fact he didn't have many points in the first quarter or first half, but had a tremendous second half.
Who's that? I'm sorry, Brady Dunn?
Yeah.
Yes, he only had 2 at the break on just one made field goal, and that was late in that first half. In fact, it might have been the last bucket of the first half, and then exploded out and ended up with 17. So 15 points and a half is a pretty good half for high school basketball.
I think, yeah.
Absolutely.
He deserves that.
So that are tonight's most outstanding players, brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. Again, if it's game time, it's Skyline time. Also want to remind you that you can nominate your favorite student athlete for GLICOD's Most Outstanding Student Athlete Award. This winter, a male and female high school student will be recognized for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements during the fall sports season. For more information and to submit an application, visit glycod.com. Well, it's time to put a bow around this one before we put a bow on our week coming up for the holiday, Coach. Just your thoughts on both of these teams.
Well, Matt Lynch, first of all, Charlestown, I'm sure he's going to have to be disappointed, but he's going to have to figure out a way to get a better start in the game. You just can't start a game like that, even though they did fight back, but just did not shoot the ball at all in that first quarter, and then the turnovers were big factors, and not getting to the free throw line. All those, again, statistically, were reasons why they came up on the short end here tonight. Coach, Casey, I'm sorry, didn't have my glasses on. Coach Casey, on the other hand, he came up here and met us, and it was very cordial, and we liked that. But I made the comment, I said, it's an interesting game, and it was from his standpoint. Certainly they shot the ball 50% throughout the game, got to the free throw line, did what they had to do to get the W here tonight.
Absolutely. So both of these teams going forward have some tournament play coming up December 23rd for the Warriors against Springs Valley, and the Pirates get a break until the 28th, where they will play in the Silver Creek Holiday Tournament, the longest-running tournament in Indiana with the same 4 teams, so they will be in action there. Well, for the most in-depth coverage of Southern Indiana high school sports, visit GLICOD.com. And we want to thank tonight's on-site producer, DK Gauss, and also thank our cameraman tonight, Xander Essex. GLICOD's executive producer tonight was Steve Bird. For Coach Paul Love, I'm Dr. Todd Carter, saying so long. Once again, our final score was 62-51, and we will see you on the other side of the Christmas holiday. And just remember what the reason for the season is. Thank you so much. You've been watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD. Good night, and God bless everybody.
From GLICOD, this has been Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, the car battery auto techs prefer. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community, clarkhealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, GLICOD.com, Facebook and Twitter @GLICOD. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from GLICOD.